Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike, and I hope you're all enjoying your summer and getting the most out of it. And if not, maybe my new, longly overdue episode of short stories can change your possibly crappy mood into something not so crappy. So I spent the past 2 weeks or so banging my head against the wall trying to figure out what to talk about this episode. I just couldn't come up with anything. And I decided, finally, instead of a person or event, I'd give my opinion on something important to me. Before I get into what I want to talk about, I just want to say this about the gameplay. You're just about to see my first and only death, and while I'm not going to tell you what my final score was at the end of the game, I can assure you it is very entertaining, and I'm just going to speed up this first round because I only get 2 kills, and I know no one wants to sit here and watch me camp in a corner like a little bitch for a whole 5 minutes or so. So, yeah, you know what I'm going to talk about. You can read the title, so let's get right into it. First off, I'd like to say the obvious, that cigarettes are very bad for you. It's a given. It doesn't take a triple-digit IQ to figure that out. It even says so right there on the packaging. But many, including myself, until I started to record this video and doing some research, had no idea the true consequences that come with smoking cigarettes. The CDC estimates about 450,000 people just in this country die every year due to smoking, mostly from lung cancer, heart disease, and COPD. There's no question that there's nothing good. There's nothing good about cigarettes except for the huge amount of money they bring into this economy. $20 billion. $20 billion in taxes. Just taxes. To the state and federal governments. And that, in my opinion, is the only reason that cigarettes are still legal today. Because think about it. There's so many dangerous chemicals and toxins in cigarettes that I can't memorize them all if I tried to. You guys that know me know that I have a pretty good memory when I want to, remembering all the countries and whatnot. But there's just no way. They're so disgustingly gross and bad for you. I know that some people have seen what a blackened lung looks like from years of tobacco addiction, and it is a nasty, nasty picture. And to know that many people that I care about, including many people in my family, pretty much all of my dad's side of the family smokes, and they have for a long time. And now my cousins are starting to get into smoking that are, only a little bit older than me. And I want to go over and smack them in the back of the head and say, what are you doing? You know the risk. Why are you taking it? You're young, you are fit, and you have a future. Why are you going to cut it by a few years by getting addicted to cigarettes? So that's how I feel about cigarettes, and I know many people my age feel the same way, because it just seems so senseless to have such a what's the word? Deadly, I guess would be a good word. Such a deadly product that's available behind the counter at any store, any convenience store you go to, they will have them on sale, and it's kind of shameful, in my opinion. And as more and more states in this country start to ban cigarettes in public places all throughout whatever state they're in, I applaud them, because, why should I have my clean air that I have the right to breathe by being born on this planet, polluted? It's one thing that businesses and industries are polluting it with their waste, but, to have some ignorant bastard just sitting in a restaurant table next to me and he's smoking a heavy cigarette, and not most people are like this, but he's obnoxiously blowing it in my face and I have to breathe that shit in. I shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm not even allowed to buy cigarettes at my age. I'm 17 years old recording this commentary. I can't buy them even if I wanted to, and I probably will never want to. My mom's even told me, with all the grief I give her about her smoking cigarettes, that if she ever caught me with a cigarette, she would beat my ass all the way up and down the street, and I couldn't blame her, because I would probably think the same thing. So, continuing to talk about my mom and cigarettes, I am so grateful that while my mom was pregnant with me and my little brother, she had the willpower to stop smoking cigarettes, and that's amazing to me, because I know very few people that had the willpower to do anything. Kind of like me right here, having the willpower to shoot down my own fucking Pavlo, so I could call in my Osprey gunner. Anyways, back on subject. Because this reminds me of a time not too long ago where I was just with some friends of friends, just sitting around outside talking about whatever for hours and hours, and cigarettes had come up just from whatever, and one of the women that was sitting with everybody said that she tried to quit smoking while she was pregnant with her first child and couldn't. And, you know, it's not my place to say anything, because not only am I not an adult yet, but I've never been pregnant, and I really don't think I ever would become pregnant. But I would think that most people would share the same idea as me, as saying that how could you not have the willpower to stop smoking when you have your unborn baby inside of you, feeding off of everything that you do. And really, when she said that, and especially when she said that when she had her second child, she didn't even try to quit smoking, I really wanted to get out of my chair and, I don't want to say smack a bitch, because that might be offensive to some people, but that's just how I felt. You know, how could you not have the willpower to stop smoking when you're pregnant? It just amazes me that, and it shows that cigarettes really are really addictive and really dangerous. And I only got to meet one of her children at that time, and she said, and there was nothing wrong with her, and there was nothing wrong with her other child, and I'm very grateful for that, but even though I don't know them, but it still just amazes me that she was willing to take that risk, that she couldn't go 9 months without a cigarette to possibly ruin her baby's life, and that just blows me away. So, yeah, guys, you know how I feel now about cigarettes, and I hope that maybe I've enlightened somebody, or at least entertained somebody. And if you want to challenge any of my opinions about cigarettes that I've had, drop me a comment, or just see me about it during school, because we all know that most of the people that watch this I go to school with, and you'll probably be seeing me in the halls or in class in a couple weeks from now. It's tough to think about, but oh well. Enjoy the rest of your summer, guys. Peace.